Hi all, in today's video I'm going to be using my gua sha from Wildling Beauty. This is a stone that I bought about Christmas time. The other piece that I bought actually broke literally within like 2 weeks of it being in my home. So I don't know why they're so weak. I did reach out to get a replacement or find out how I could fix it, and I never heard back. So there's that. But this is the Empress stone. I'm doing a ritual that I do where it helps with swelling and whatnot due to some of the health conditions I have. So if you're interested in seeing this ritual, then keep on watching because that's what this video is about. All right. So back when I worked in the salon industry, I worked with a microdermabrasion machine, and I had specialized training in the lymphatic drainage system. And I learned how to use certain techniques on the face in order to help with like lymphatic drainage. We did certain things that helped with like migraines and sinus issues and things like that. So when I started seeing this all over Instagram, I noticed that this was, something that looked right in my wheelhouse as to something that I could do on days when I'm feeling really, really rough. The stone is actually really neat, and it stays cool for the most part. It does warm up when you like hold it in one position for too long, but they do like short or they do light sweeping motions and stuff with it. I am using a bakuchiol oil with it because I have super dry skin, and I want to show you look at the difference in my face from one side to the other. And I'm walking over to the bathroom window. If you look at just the one side of my face versus the other, just from using the one side, isn't it crazy the difference in how hollow my face looks? And of course, your face is going to plump up with manipulation and things of that nature, where you are touching the skin, you're interacting with the skin, so you're bringing blood up to the surface of the skin, which is also going to fill it in a little bit more, make it look a little bit more plump. And depending on which side of the stone that you use, it can cause different things to happen in the face. And for me, because I have a very bony, lean face, I have to be very careful. They do have a YouTube channel. I will leave the Empress stone link down below. It's like $60 something for the stone. They have a YouTube channel and Instagram and all kinds of fun stuff. So I will try and leave their information linked down below if you're interested in looking at this. But the stone itself, that when they're using it, they're dragging it across the skin. Number one, you want to make sure that your skin is lubricated, but two, they usually do like a firming kind of motion. So they start in one position, they hold the outer edges to keep the skin taut. But I really don't do that because my face is already taut. I do things that work best for my face and my skin. I am 41 years old. And there are certain aspects to my face that are more sensitive to others because I have several health conditions and stuff that I have to work around. So the techniques and stuff that they teach work really well for like a lot of people, but for people like me that has fibromyalgia, has had a stroke, has had other things wrong, that there's certain things that I can't do because it doesn't feel the same to me as it does to other people. I get migraines really bad. I have allergies. So there's certain ways that I hold this stone, especially going up over the eyebrow like I am right now. There's a different technique that I do for that. And then the points on the temple that I'm working, or the forehead that I work towards the temple and stuff with the little rigid side of that, actually helps break up tension in my head. It helps relieve pressure, especially when I have a migraine and things like that. I don't really use it for like a wrinkle eraser kind of thing. I use that to relieve pressure behind the temporal bone. And then, of course, I use a couple of different methods and stuff around the eye, especially when I have a really bad headache. It helps relieve pressure around the eye, around the orbital socket, and the whole orbital region of the face. And I find this really helps out with making sure that it relieves some of the pressure in my head it helps, plump up the face, which is nice. And I've got, some concerns and stuff on my face where it comes to like hollowness, especially under my eyes, that I really don't like. So I like the fact that it plumps that up. But it also helps when I'm having like really bad stress or, you know, migraines are really high, my sinuses are slapped shut, my allergies are going insane, or I'm just really just kind of feeling run down. And yes, I'm hanging out the window. This was recorded initially March 30th of this year, so that gives you a time frame. I'm just now getting around to editing it. But I don't know, I find that this is helpful, um, to me and my face, and I find that the product itself is interesting. The only thing I wouldn't recommend getting is that lumen mushroom that they have, because literally I used it on my under eye area. I set it down on the counter, set it down, not dropped it, nothing, set it down, and the top of it broke off. It cracked and fell off, and I'm like, oh my god. And that little guy was not cheap. I did buy it at a slight discount for the holidays and stuff because I got a bundle deal. But and I really, that was actually my favorite out of the pieces that I bought, between the Empress one, the Empress stone, and the lumen, little lumen mushroom. That was my favorite one out of all of them because it worked really well under the eyes. I could roll it across my forehead. When I was having like pain in my temples, I could use it on my temples or run it on the side of my neck or behind my ear to help relieve pressure from migraines. And it was really great for the 2 weeks that I got to use it. And then, and do not message them on Instagram. They will tell you to send them an email, and then you go to email them and you get no reply. So that was one thing I didn't really like about the fact that they told me not to message them on Instagram and that to email them, and then they never emailed me back. So basically all that money for that little lumen guy is down the toilet because it's still here, it's still broken, and I can't get it fixed. So anyways, I will see you all later. Hopefully you all have a fantabulous day or night wherever you are. That this was interesting. I wouldn't recommend going out and like rushing to buy this. I looked at buying this for more than a year before I bit the bullet and bought it. But I'm really glad that I did buy it. The Empress one I don't really use at all. I use this instead. So yeah, I will see you all later. Have a fantabulous day or night wherever you are. Bye.